you touch on the game that Jalen did play? You've been on this stage before, he hadn't. You mentioned it briefly, but including on the ground, how would you assess his performance?
Well, I think the ground, through the air, he made some obviously huge throws. Both offenses came ready to go. Kind of was one of those things where probably whoever had the ball last was going to be in a good situation. We knew we gave it back to him with 5 minutes. We were hoping that somebody makes a play, but it's a tough task. I mean, Pat Mahomes is the MVP for a reason. He's a great quarterback. But yeah, I mean, I'm proud of Jalen Hurts, not just for the way he played tonight, for the way he played all year. He's clearly changed the dynamic of this team and offense. It's pretty hard to defend right now because of him.
Jason, what message do you think it sent when after the fumble he carried the ball and then at first snap he scored on that play or on that next drive,
Eagles head coach
the ground, keep going back to him rushing after the fumble? What message did that send?
I don't know. We all felt confident he was going to come back and make up for it. The fumble was obviously unfortunate, but he definitely, I think, more than made up for that play. Gave us an outstanding chance to win that game, and he played really well down the stretch, I thought.
Jason, one of the things Travis said next door was that despite winning the Super Bowl, one of the things he was proud of this season was kind of how you guys had become closer and the journey that you'd had together. What has that meant to you as well?
Yeah, no, I think, I've talked to my brother more this year than I've talked to him since college, probably. And he's an incredible person. And it's been truly a joy, probably one of my most enjoyable seasons, both as an Eagle and, as a brother. And, really, really happy for him. It's been awesome to talk to him every week, laugh with him every week. And I look forward to doing that in the off season. Going to be an awkward podcast for me, this next one. But can't win them all. Well, yeah, you'll always think about it, I'm sure. This is my first time losing a Super Bowl. Right now I'm just thinking about the plays that, I wish I had back, as I'm sure everybody else is. But, that's the way it goes sometimes. I don't know. I'm not going to get into whether they got it right or wrong. I think they called it, and that's the way this goes. I've said this before. I'm never going to be somebody that puts a blame or anything on officials. It's a hard job. They make a call. It is what it is. And, there were multiple other moments in that game to take care of business. And, I think that, we were close. And we could have won that game without the officials without that call being a determining factor.
They talked a lot about
Coming.
Is it time to say that about Jalen?
Yeah, I guess. I think you go into every year thinking you're going to be a Super Bowl contender, and I don't really ever go into a season not anticipating this, to be honest with you, and I've only done it twice. The quarterback is a huge part of that. There's a reason why, there's a lot of similar faces that come back to the Super Bowl at the quarterback position, and late in games they become that much more important. And Jalen, I think, has proven that he is in that class of player that is going to give your organization an opportunity to compete for Super Bowls year after year.
They talked a lot on the broadcast about the field conditions. Was that a factor at all with footing or slipping or anything?
Both teams have to play on it.
Right.
I don't think it ended up being an advantage either way. I think both teams probably had their fair share of slips and whatnot. I thought it was fine.
You didn't think it was substandard for a game of this match?
Yeah, I thought it could have been a better field for sure. But
winning coach interview room.
One of the beautiful things about football is you play the conditions of the day. I think this is a dome, so you should always kind of probably have good field. But I don't necessarily like that. I like when it's raining and snowing, and the teams that adjust on the day are the teams that end up deserving to win. So as long as it's not increasing the chance of injury, which it didn't look like it did, I'm perfectly fine with it.
Two more